These are the two largest stadium screens in the UK. They're 24 times 8 meters, so length and width. They're the same size as 1,032 domestic televisions. So guys, this is the Royal Box. We just made our way up the famous 107 steps, which the winning team will do on a cup final day to go and get their winners medal. So for example, in the Community Shield, Arsenal formed a single straight file here on this side because they came out from the dressing room on our left-hand side, where we just came from. Manchester City formed a single straight file here because they came out from the away dressing room on your right. If you guys can also turn around as well, we also got a statue of Sir Alf Ramsey. He's the only England manager that guided England to the 1966 World Cup. So now guys, I'm going to, if you, some of the children, if you've got children, if you can please come forward, I'm going to show you guys a short video, and that gives you an insight about what happens here in the Players Club. So if you guys can please make your way up to the front for me, please, for the children, that'd be great. And hope everyone... So hope you guys enjoyed the video. So now what we're going to do now, guys, I'm going to nominate 2 captains for today. Does anyone want to be captain for today? So I'm going to pick my team. So Chelsea? Cool. Okay. Manchester United? We've got Man City, we can do Man City on the front as one captain. And we can do Tottenham as well, to be fair. So we've got 2 captains there. We've got Manchester City here. So anyone wants to form a single straight file to be Manchester City? Anyone wants to be Tottenham? Please form a single straight file here. Now to sit on the man in the dugout seats and take some photos. So, when I say are you ready, you're going to shout as loud as you can. Manchester City, are we ready? Yeah! Tottenham Hotspur, are we ready? Yeah! 2 captains, lead the way. Off you go. There's one guest that needs to catch the train, so he can...
Then get out of it. You can come closer. Oh, Jake. Come in.
Do you mind taking a photo?
That's not window. It's not. It's dead. Is it there? Should we see it? Should we see it?
Wembley.
So guys, this is the Royal Box. We just made our way up the famous 107 steps, which the winning team will do on a cup final day to go and get their winners medal, and that's where the winning captain will come and collect the trophy and lift the trophy in front of their adoring fans, whilst the losing fans, those fans will be making their way out of the stadium as quickly as possible, and that's where they'll be drowning their sorrows. Where you guys sitting now, you're actually sitting in the best seats in the house. You actually can overlook the entire Wembley pitch. you got the best view of the Wembley pitch. In the royal box, we can only accommodate 400 guests here in the royal box. And when you're sat in the royal box on a match day, you have to follow 2 ground rules. The first ground rule is you cannot wear club colours. You cannot wear club colours when you're sat in the royal box. And the second ground rule is that if you're sat in the royal box and your team scores, you cannot celebrate or get involved in any fan-related activity. For example, if Arsenal played in the FA Cup final against Chelsea, as an example, and Arsenal scored a goal and I was sat in the royal box, I cannot celebrate. Do is either clap or give a wave. That's all I can do. And you can't get involved in any fan-related activity. For example, if there's a Mexican wave happening on this side of the stadium making its way here, you cannot take part. You'll continue onto the other side of the stadium. And in recent times, there's 2 people who have broken the ground rules here. The first person I'm going to mention, it's Boris Johnson, our former Prime Minister. He has broken the rules here in the royal box. So when England played against Italy in the Euro 2020 final, Boris Johnson made his way into Wembley Stadium and he wore his England shirt. And when the security saw his ticket and he was wearing an England shirt, he was denied entry. So you had to go away and either cover that England shirt or simply remove that England shirt and wear any coloured top, which he did, and he was allowed in eventually. He sat in one of those 400 seats. He was excited, he was buzzing like everyone else in the nation, hoping that football's coming home. But guys, for those England fans, for you guys here, I want to talk about what happened afterwards. Because in the opening 5 minutes, England made a dream start as Luke Shaw gave England lead on this side of the stadium, and Boris Johnson in the royal box went wild. He went crazy. He went out of his depth. Did he get chucked out? Actually he didn't, because the security team here at Wembley Stadium had to do with a lot of important issues, such as with fans breaking into the stadium without a valid ticket, and they had other important agendas to deal with. So Boris Johnson got away with it. But I can assure you now, if Boris Johnson attended an event of that magnitude here at Wembley Stadium again, and he was sat in the royal box and broke those rules again, he will be chucked out, and he's no longer our Prime Minister. So happy days. The second person that's broken the ground rule here is actually Prince William himself. Prince William is the president of the Football Association, and he's a big Aston Villa fan. So when Aston Villa played against Liverpool in the 2015 FA Cup semi-final, he did celebrate as Aston Villa went on to book their place in the FA Cup final against Arsenal in 2015. But he was warned on the day that if he did celebrate in the FA Cup final, either if Aston Villa scored a goal or went on to win the FA Cup after 90 minutes or in extra time or penalties, and he did celebrate, he will be chucked out and he won't be able to conduct the trophy presentation. But guys, it didn't really matter in the end, because Arsenal thrashed Aston Villa 4-0 to win the FA Cup for the 2nd consecutive season, which meant that Prince William still had to conduct the trophy presentation and ensure that the winning team, which was Arsenal in the end, and then he had to ensure they make sure they lift the trophy in front of their adoring fans. Sadly, it wasn't for his beloved Aston Villa. He may have to wait many, many years to see his Aston Villa side win a major trophy. But 4 years later, guys, Aston Villa came back. This time it's for the 2019 Championship playoff final between Aston Villa and Derby. And Prince William decided not to sit in the royal box. He decided to hire one of the boxes so he can celebrate like any ordinary fan, which he did, and he was allowed to do so. He was a happy man in the end, because Aston Villa secured promotion back into the Premier League for the 2019-20 season. Now guys, in terms of these seats, the seats that you guys are sitting on, these seats are actually free. You cannot buy those seats. These are the cheapest seats at Wembley Stadium, and these seats are strictly invitation only. You have to be invited by the royal family to be sat in the royal box. Just a couple of final points before we wrap up here. Right opposite us, that's where the television commentator gantry is. That's where the television commentators and TV camera crews are positioned. And the second point I'm going to point out to you, can see these black objects on top? These are actually speakers. So any guest that sat in the top tier of Wembley Stadium can actually hear what the announcer says when they announce the team lineup or the goal scorer of the match. And just one final point before we wrap up here, we also got these 2 stadium screens here that normally be located on an event day. These are we have 2 large stadium screens that normally shows the scoreboard, the team lineup and the replay of action. These are the 2 largest stadium screens in the UK. They're 24 times 8 meters, so length and width. They're the same size as 1,032 domestic televisions. So that's all for you guys to know in the royal box. We're now going to be making our way into the stadium store and mark the end of our tour. If you guys can just wait over here for me, please, while I wait for the rest of the group to come out.
Design.
So guys, you can please follow me. We're now going to be making our way to the stadium tour. Thank you. Guys, if you're ready, you guys are ready, please follow
That's this.
Sponsor free.
stadium tour. Please guys, please follow me. I hope you guys enjoyed your Wembley Stadium tour experience. Personally for me, it was a great pleasure taking you guys around. I'd like to thank you once again for your visit. And if you guys can please get your photo cards ready under the gold or the blue cards, photo cards, please get them ready because when you make our way to the store, there'll be a member of our tour team there to assist you further and you have the chance to do your green screen photos before we start the garden tour. That's all from me guys, thank you once again, hope you guys enjoyed the tour. For those guys that travel abroad, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your stay in the UK and have a safe trip back home. And as for everyone else, enjoy the rest of the evening, have a safe journey home and wish you guys all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you very much guys, please follow me. Hope you enjoyed the tour, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you want to view your green screen first, please see my colleague at the front.
Okay. Thanks, Mario.
Since you guys have the gold card, you already have all your pictures online. My apologies. Okay. You just have to scan the QR code and you see it.
Okay, so how do I do that when I get home?
The first one is you guys with Southgate. With the Lionesses. With the
Zoro ne gumma rim ka cha.
Yeah.